What's cracking, Bunny Ballers? My name is Bunny Tears, and welcome to yet another gameplay commentary, this time entitled Your Value as a Person. Now, at many stages throughout my life, from childhood till now, I've realized that people tend to evaluate your value as a person based on things that aren't necessarily the content of your character. Now, I know this sounds like a terrible thing. You're not going to be able to change it. You're not going to be able to change the world. So you might as well use it to your advantage. So I thought I'd bring you a little short video just to give you guys some simple advice that you should technically already know when it comes to these stages in your life. But as always, before I actually get into the subject fully, first thing is first. This is a Forza Horizon 2 race on the Xbox One. It's a great motherfucking game. And I just reached a milestone by getting to level 100, so I thought I'd share this particular race with you guys. The car I'll be driving is a Dodge Dart Superstock, an American muscle car. Very good, very sexy. Please enjoy. But let's move on to the subject of the video. So as a child, we'll start off young. Your value as a child is almost entirely based around your performance in school. Not only by parents, not only by teachers, but by basically any adult. They'll be asking how you're doing in school. Are you a good boy? Are you a bad boy? Or girl, it depends. Really, that evaluation is based on how well you behave, how well you listen to what other people want you to do, and how well you work, how hard you work at school. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that is your character, because it just means that, let's say you do terrible at school, terrible grades, and you behave badly. It just means your personality isn't suited for that environment. Doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have a good personality. Best way to use this to your advantage? Work hard at school. Because the most troubling thing about school these days is that the teachers and the parents have the same idea. Your value is based on your performance and your behavior. But your peers think the opposite. Well, technically, they think the same thing. Your value is still based on your behavior and your grades. However, it's negative. I mean, if you do well at school, it's not a cool thing to do. If you behave well, you're a teacher's pet. You need to be a rebel without a cause to be cool at school. Fuck that shit. Just work hard at school. Listen to the adults. Always listen to the adults, because they've been here longer than you. They understand more than you do. When you're a young adult, after the school time period, when you're deciding whether or not to go to college/university for the UK guys, you're then evaluated by your peers more on the level of the adults. They ask you kind of things like, what university or college do you think you're going to? What are you going to study? And then, of course, they want to find out how you did. Now, this is going to be parents, professors, and your peers all evaluating you on the same thing. This is the easiest period in your life. Although there's going to be a lot of fun that needs to be had, because obviously it's university or college, at the same time, if you work hard and you get those good grades, you will be not only raising kind of the value of you as a person to employers in the future, but you'll be raising the value of you as a person to everyone. Everyone, your peers, professors, and parents. Then, of course, you're going to move on to the later life, which is the adult life. Now, this one's a bit more complicated because you're actually given a monetary value to you as a person. A company will say to you, we are willing to pay you this much based on what you as a person can bring to this company. Now, if you've done the first stages correctly, the child and young adult stages, this isn't really a problem because you've got the grades you need, you have the experience you need, and you can go into a higher paid job. If you haven't focused early on in life, it basically means your value as a person is going to be lower than it should be for a long period of time until you work your way up to a position through experience rather than education where you're valued higher as a person based on, I don't know, what you buy, the family you have, the job you have. But really, you can use all of these to your advantage, and I implore that you do, because although they are technically negative, you should be valued on the content of your character. At the same time, you all know this. You all know that you're going to be based on grades, education, and your job. So just work hard, and everyone will value you highly as a person. Obvious advice, but hey, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye out, bitches!
What's cracking, Bunny Ballers? My name is Bunny Tears.
So, there's a lot of problems, but at the same time, I have played over 24 hours of this, and usually when I review a game, what I tend to do is I'll take the price that I paid for that game and divide it by the amount of hours that I spent playing that game. Now this is what everyone does. It's basically a combination of sprinting normally and strafing forward. Now although this is much faster than just sprinting, at the same time, because the Exo Strafe ability needs time to